back by popular demand.
Welcome back, episode 112 of Revisited, and we are visiting Geekdom again. We recently did a video on him about 2 months ago on a live stream.
Not recently.
It is. What would you call recent?
I'd say a month is recent.
I guess it depends on what you say for the time, because we've been active for 3-4 years. We were active for 18 years. Maybe 2 months might be recent. Yeah, we are talking about the popularity of Dragon Ball. It's popular.
It's right place, right time.
Yeah, we've
no need to go any further than that. It is what it is.
But the little bit we heard, maybe he goes a little further than that.
Obviously he has to. It's a 12-minute video. You can't just go. Obviously, for a Dragon Ball fan especially, you have to flower that up as
but do you?
Innovative, iconic, those types of things. Why is Dragon Ball so successful? On the 25th edition of Dragon Ball In Depth, 25th, 25 episodes. What else could you go in depth about? Whatever. Geekdom celebrates 1 year on YouTube as well as 30 years of Dragon Ball anime history as he speaks on why Dragon Ball became so popular not just in North America but worldwide. Yeah, I don't know. What could you say to be like, this is what contributed to the popularity that others just can't do? You can't just be like, it was the great characters, because other things have great characters. You got to be like, these are better characters than other things.
It was different from American cartoons.
Obviously.
But
so with Digimon.
It appealed to power fantasy way more than other anime.
Mm-hmm.
It skewed heavily young men.
Mm-hmm.
End of list.
But that's a flash in the pan. Oh yeah, that was pretty cool. As you
not if it's your first.
Where proof?
No, it wasn't a flash in the pan for us.
No, yeah, no, I'm saying
it's just we got older and realized.
But the people that we need a bigger sample size of the people who will watch this as their first and then just continued with it. Those
forever.
Those people I do not understand.
No. You know what? I can understand continue with it because we still read Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't understand still being a fan of it as something of quality. Just being a fan of it, cool. I mean, everybody can love some trash. But to go, it's so good.
Because, as like an 8-year-old, you can be like, yo, my favorite thing is a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Mm-hmm. And as a 30-year-old, you're like, yeah, I can eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. But I'm not bumping peanut butter and jelly sandwiches like...
I'm not going out to a restaurant just like,
your finest peanut butter and jelly, sir. Do not skip on the jelly. What is your house jelly tonight?
How is the crunchy today?
For no expense.
At the same time, I'd be super hyped for a gourmet peanut butter and jelly.
I wouldn't.
Really? Not a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, but a restaurant that like specializes in peanut butter and jelly.
Well, sure,
I'd love to go to a place like
Absolutely. That. But if we're equating that to Dragon Ball, that's just another Super Saiyan.
Absolutely.
Where you just go, this s'mores peanut butter and jelly sandwich is pretty good. And then I'm going there, once every 2 months?
Here's the thing, though. You say it's another Super Saiyan. As the person that went to the gourmet restaurant, like you said, once every 2 months. But if with Dragon Ball, it's just like another Super Saiyan is right around the corner at all times. So it's
just threatening you. It's just a gun out of view, just out of the corner of your eye. I'm like, is that a gun? It's always just right there. It's just like
it's like a hot day and you can feel the cold of the steel next to your temple. With the PB&J, it would be like if I were able to get a new PB&J every 3 days. Eventually, as a fan of PB&J and that Kagurabachi one, I would have to go. I don't really want one right now. Yeah. Do you have something meatier?
Yeah, we can do like the chocolate peanut butter and a strawberry jelly, and we can do just some apple jelly. But after a while, it's just peanut butter and jelly.
And it's just slightly more flavorful.
And you just gotta go past that. You can go back to the peanut butter and jelly every now and again, but don't sit there as a 55-year-old month just going peanut butter and jelly once a week. Go time.
Don't be a mother in Times Square just while your grandkid is on your shoulder.
Dragon Ball fans, lend me your energy type beat.
Oh, dude.
That type of stuff. New fans of Dragon Ball, those are the most baffling.
To be fair, a new fan of Dragon Ball might recognize it as just, it's a hype beast show for hype beasts, and I love to consume hype stuff.
I want to talk to a Dragon Ball fan. Something fierce ain't happening. Just past, present, just like, yeah, it's pretty good.
I would love to go through like 3 Dragon Ball fans. One that grew up with it, one that just watched it recently and became a fan, and one that's just like, it's my first foray into anime ever. And I've consumed like 1,500 more things. And the person that is my first ever, and I've consumed like 10 more things. There's so many I'd love to talk to.
Want to talk to. Never gonna happen.
Never gonna happen. What is gonna happen is playing this video though. Let me turn this down because last time stuff was very loud for some reason.
Dragon Ball is one of the most popular manga and anime series.
You know what's funny? Even though we just heard this, I was scared he was about to say iconic.
Yes, it is. Mm-hmm. What of it?
Yes.
History. It is one of the only franchises which has managed to attain an international level of success.
All right, we should do the time frame of this video. It was 7 years ago, so we're talking 2016. What? No, that can't be right then, because One Piece was super popular in France at that time. Maybe he just means North America. And that's another thing I really don't like. Everybody that says the West means North America. They don't mean Europe, the UK. They don't mean France. They don't mean any of these other places. It's popular in the West means it's popular in the United States.
I'm trying to see, because Battle of Gods was in 2013. I want to see.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
It's 10 years old?
Yeah, they did. They're doing the 10-year anniversary, putting it back in theaters.
I have never heard this till right now.
It was on Twitter. Dragon Ball Super was out at this time. This video came out. Did they change it? Okay. Yeah, this video came out in 2016, and Dragon Ball Super had come out. Dragon Ball Super Episode 1 was in 2015, so it's been there a little bit.
Head and shoulders above most Japanese anime. For years, the Dragon Ball manga series, illustrated and written by Akira Toriyama, was the highest selling manga of all time at over 230 million units before being surpassed by One Piece and Golgo 13. That manga has spawned 5 anime spin-offs, 20 theatrical motion pictures, over 500...
Is Kai a spin-off?
No.
It's an adaptation.
I wouldn't even say things like Z is a spinoff. It's just the story. It's just the thing. GT is the spinoff.
Okay, I'm about to say, what is he counting? I guess he's counting Dragon Ball, Z, GT,
Super.
Kai, and Super.
Yeah.
But Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z aren't different. They're the thing.
And Super is not a spinoff. It's a continuation.
TV episodes, and has literally countless video games selling up.
I'm sure you can count them.
I'm not literally countless video games. Geekdom.
This is infinite. You can't. Grains of sand on a beach is literally countless.
Yes.
You can go to Wikipedia and be like, oh, there's 123 of them. There's 14 on the DS. It's like, come on now. It's a lot of them. Don't put so much stank on it. We got it. There's a lot of Dragon Ball games. Literally.
And you know what's funny? There will be people that are just like, you're being pedantic. You know what he meant. How about we use words as they should be used because they have meaning?
How about instead of knowing what he means, just we have
Him saying what he means.
Yes, instead of us having to extrapolate it and try to guess and be like, okay, yeah, he meant, but say what you mean.
Of 37 million units. It has influenced pop culture, video games.
Do
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did.
I don't care what.
That's what's up.
What? Just be good.
Vision and everything in between. Its merchandise sales have been astronomical and has become culturally ingrained in territories worldwide. Even years after the final TV series Dragon Ball GT ended its original run in 1997, video games were spawned and released and played by the masses.
Why wouldn't they be?
Here's the thing. You can say it was the original run was ended in 1997, but that's in Japan. The last episode of Dragon Ball in America was like 2004, 2005, and even because that's just Z. For GT, it's probably like 2008, 2009.
No, that sounds way too far.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you might be right.
2008.
Yeah, maybe like
graduating high school.
Maybe like 2006.
That still seems far. I'm going like 4 for GT.
No, because I think the final episode of Dragon Ball Z was 2003 in America or 2002.
Oh no, blown out the water. 2005.
What?
Dragon Ball GT.
Oh, that's the final episode.
That was when it was. Oh my goodness! Man, you got what is this? What are these? Stop. English Air Day 2000. Yeah, the last one was 2005. Wow,
Okay.
that is that feels late. That definitely feels late.
No, because again, I think the final one of Z was like 2000. And then we're not even counting like the lost episodes where they aired it like a year after the initial run because we just got to get to the fight, got to get to the hype.
Yeah, that's what people are here for.
So yeah, why wouldn't games still be being released? And even so, after that time, the game slowed down. You had the Tenkaichi series, and then once that ended with Tenkaichi 3 or whatever it was right after, I think they had like 4 games. You had like Limit Burst and all that stuff, and then it was just like it's not a lot coming out. Like before Fighters, what was the last Dragon Ball game of note?
I got nothing for you. But it's one of the most popular anime manga of all time. They have no new media. They want to experience it. You give them a game.
Yeah.
It's not like a grandiose. People are still playing. It's still bumping disco. What does that mean? Are you going through the countless number of Dragon Ball games?
Yeah, my scroll is just oh my god.
Be honest, when you dissect the series, there are problems both with the manga and the anime.
You don't have to be honest about it. You don't have to be like, all right, now listen here, guys. It got some issues. No, it's just like, yeah, it got some issues.
Xenoverse, the Xenoverse game.
Oh, yeah, Xenoverses. Them boys.
Before then, I'm not counting Battle of Z because I don't even remember what that was.
I think it was an Xbox sort of Tenkaichi-like game.
I truly don't remember.
It sounds familiar.
We're talking Ultimate
I think that was
Tenkaichi.
the first time that Chris Ayres was Frieza.
Maybe.
And he tried to imitate
Linda Young.
Linda Young. And it was weird. But fitting.
There's inconsistencies, animation flubs.
care about that. I don't care about animation flubs with the anime.
You don't have to be like, well, I'm gonna praise it, but you look, guys, it's not perfect. We know.
That's just putting up the wall already of just like, hey, because audiences, the people that consume YouTube are so f***ing stupid that if you give an opinion, they just, oh, you must think it's perfect then because you're praising it. F***ing no, you idiot. Dude, how many terrible comments can we f***ing get?
Oh, this looks horrible. This looks like Proto Xenoverse.
Yeah, that looks trash. I truly do not remember this.
Dare you! Very well. I'll make you feel despair.
Oh, they
Feel honored as you'll be the first to
wasn't
ever
this one.
witness this
It
form.
must have been another one. I'll find it because I was just
Already-
like, yeah.
Did it get knocked out?
I didn't touch it. It's
relatively simple, and the story isn't too thought-provoking at all.
Oh, I'm still good.
Oh, that's my cord. Uh-oh. Rewind it back a little bit. Oh, we're falling apart.
Always are, always will be.
Manga and the anime. There's inconsistencies, animation flubs, the art is relatively simple, and the story isn't too thought-provoking at all. Nothing is perfect, of course, but why is Dragon Ball so damn popular?
It was first, and it got lucky.
It was first for a lot of people. Right place, right time. It was big power fantasy. Like you said, the story wasn't there wasn't too much to it. They go to Namek and it's like, hey, we gotta avoid that guy while getting these things.
If we had 5 Dragon Balls before Dragon Ball, do you think Dragon Ball would still blow up?
I do not.
If we had 5 Demon Slayer animes before Demon Slayer, do you think Demon Slayer would blow up?
It's not good enough to do so. It's just Demon Slayer is like the first weekly thing in a long time to be that spectacular with the animation. That's why so many people go, the story, the characters, because they know what it is.
It is a repeat of what happened with Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball was simply the first battle shonen that a lot of people consume. Demon Slayer is simply the first weekly shonen battle series with this level of animation that people have
That's
consumed.
all it is. It will be forgotten.
Well, let's talk about it. On the 25th edition of Dragon Ball In Depth, as we all celebrate 30 years of Dragon Ball on TV.
I don't like how that is bad. That is very loud.
What are we doing here, sir? We're 2 minutes in, man.
Play Don Don.
This video is purely for entertainment person and education. It's just the bullshit.
この放送はご覧
Wow, that is loud. What is going on here?
He's not been on YouTube for very long. I will give him that.
Alright, let's turn it down a
That's
little
all.
bit here.
That's what I'm.
スポンサーの提供でお送りします。
Dragon
Alright, Jesus Christ.
is more than just a massive franchise. Dragon Ball elevated Japanese animation to a new stratosphere in
Where's your proof that Dragon Ball elevated the medium of Japanese animation?
Yeah, I would like that, especially considering
And what did it elevate?
Toei cutting corners and everything.
To this day!
You said that it had bad animation, so what did it elevate?
America.
Oh, wait, hold on.
The massive franchise. Dragon Ball elevated Japanese animation to a new stratosphere in North America.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
that was
fair.
your fault.
Yep, totally my fault. But the same could have been said for Speed Racer before Dragon Ball. Because to this day, the Japanimation stuff comes from Speed Racer.
Yeah, it just sort of opened the door. Anything in that position could have done that. but Dragon Ball is
Just happened to be that
just happened
thing.
to be that. Something like a Digimon. There's a lot of stuff going on with Digimon. You look at the Matt stuff where he's just like, am I good enough?
Yeah.
Are they better than me? And TK and the brother stuff. And there's a lot going on character-wise there. So you've got like six humans and their Digimon that they've got stuff to go through. So that's a lot to keep track of. Whereas here, what's going on with Krillin, really?
Did it elevate it any more than a Pokemon? I can't necessarily say that.
I'd say, because Pokemon had games and stuff.
Yeah.
A lot more readily available games.
The trading cards, that was a phenomenon.
I would like to know, like, the numbers back then. There's no real way that we can quantify back then. Just like, oh, Pokemon 100, Dragon Ball 90 is like,
Yeah.
it would just seem like, but Dragon Ball is very approachable, but then Pokemon is also very approachable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't.
I'd say Pokemon is even more approachable because it's nearly episodic. You can pretty much jump into any 4-episode stretch of Pokemon and roughly get what's going on and a complete story of what's going on at that time. As opposed to you miss 3 weeks of Dragon Ball, it's just like, I don't know what the f is going on anymore.
In Latin America, Dragon Ball and Saint Seiya became staples of the culture, with rumored stories of people.
Why did Saint Seiya?
Yeah. What is it about Saint Seiya that became a staple of it?
It's literally luck.
Mm-hmm.
Going out of work to watch the end of the Cell game. Dragon Ball is so massive in Latin America that unlike North America, they got a full 8-week theatrical run for Battle of Gods and Resurrection F. But why? First of all, let's take into account that people love animation, regardless of what country it's from. Japanese animation existed on television far before the mid-90s anime boom, but most of us as kids back then had no idea. Companies such as Harmony Gold and Saban were notorious for taking Japanese TV shows and renaming them, re-editing them, Americanizing them, and in some ways, butchering them.
Same thing happened with Dragon Ball, though.
Yeah, it's
Literally the same thing happened in Dragon Ball.
and that was especially there was like I think it was one dub before the one that we know. And that was just
Before the ocean dub?
Yeah, I know there was one that changed people's names, and one of those.
Oh.
When companies began to embrace Japanese animation for what it was in the mid-90s, it was promoted as edgy, more adult, and not your everyday cartoon. Titles like Akira, Ghost in the Shell, Vampire Hunter D gained newfound fame during this VHS era, but it wasn't until the late 90s when television embraced anime with Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon, and Pokemon, and a few others too. Although Dragon Ball and Sailor Moon existed on syndication for years, it wasn't until the Toonami block began that they really took off. Toonami was a perfect way to...
Again, like I said, I wasn't gonna claim that Dragon Ball and Pokemon were equal. He's just like, no, it wasn't until the end that this blew up. Like, you got some proof of that?
It would very much help if there was some form of, hey, I pulled this data, Nielsen ratings, the manga, the way it blew up in America, something.
Here's an old forum from back in the day.
The original. Here's the Dragon Ball section. You can see when it starts, it's barely anybody in it, and then once Toonami got it, all of a sudden it exploded and nothing.
The series because it was after school on...
But here's the thing. It's another one of those, y'all experienced this, and you know I'm telling the truth, or you didn't experience it, and you don't care enough to research it yourself. So just take my word. Real hashtag trust me bro stuff.
TV every single weekday. You didn't have to check your local listings to find it anymore, or wake up at 5 a.m. on a Sunday morning when all you want to do is sleep from staying up late on Saturday night. It was right there on Toonami. The reality is that although he's not the best writer in history by a long shot, part of the brilliance of creator Akira Toriyama's vision for Dragon Ball is that it is, in many ways, not defined by its cultural roots.
What is Sailor Moon defined by its cultural roots? It's Big O. It's Astro Boy. It's Speed Racer.
Is Yu.
What anime is defined by its cultural roots?
I say something like Rurouni Kenshin, obviously, because of samurai.
Absolutely Rurouni Kenshin. But then again, you got stuff like Samurai Jack doing essentially the same thing, and it's coming from America.
That was later, though. That's like
I understand, but the cultural roots of it and stuff is just like you can still make media not surrounding your cultural roots based on another culture and still be good. I don't know what anime he's talking about.
Pokemon sure wasn't.
Digimon wasn't.
It went to a literal another world.
Isekai the out of them.
Yeah, I don't... Those were the popular things around the time. Digimon, Sailor Moon,
Pokemon.
I'm sure Sailor Moon had some, because they were teenage girls. I'm sure they had some.
Okay, but Goku has a kanji on his fin. Like, if we're just
and then
talking
there's a lot
about
of people talking about the Buddhist ideology within Dragon Ball as well. So
the afterlife stuff, yeah, I don't.
Toriyama's art style and the characters that he creates are unbelievably unique and
What is generic? What mangaka created a whole manga that went, the art style is generic and the characters are generic?
except for that new hype in meme bullshit that everybody's propagating, that people are gonna work themselves into a shoe.
Dude, it's happening. I was so worried about Morbius being a success because of the meme culture. I don't know if it ever reached the level where Sony was like, okay, cool, Morbius, strictly because there were legitimately people that went to the theaters and went, he never said Morbid eye.
He never morbed all over those guys.
And it's like, you went to the theater and paid money for Morbius strictly because of the memes.
You're gonna work yourself
You're gonna work yourself into the shoe and go, it's gonna be legitimately, volume 1's gonna sell out, and then all of a sudden,
like, they're gonna be like, this is the new hotness.
and then they're gonna read it and go, what are people talking about? And that volume 2 drop off is gonna be catastrophic.
And it's gonna be all your fault.
And it's gonna be all your fault. Whole voice actors just like, I heard you episode 1 in the dub. It's just like, what are they talking about? Dude.
defined by its cultural roots. Toriyama's art style and the characters that he creates are unbelievably unique and vastly different from his contemporaries.
Are you gonna name those contemporaries?
In what way?
No, I want the contemporary name.
Show the name, show how it's different. Toriyama has more angular eyes, whereas they have bigger, rounder, more safe, welcoming eyes. What are we doing here?
Unlike other anime and manga, Dragon Ball is not so inherently Japanese.
But done. No examples given. But there's still time to give an example. Let's do it. They're gonna destroy the world! No!
That it is off-putting to a Western audience, and I do believe that there's a subconscious familiarity when watching Dragon Ball.
Familiarity with what?
I don't think that the Japanese culture is going to be off-putting to a Western audience. It could just be an escapism type of thing. Dang, I want to visit there one day. I don't think of when I watch hashtag Sketdan, shut up Eric and Corey. I'm just like, oh man, this is Japan. I'm like, no, these are the characters doing things, and sometimes they go into a noodle stall or something.
I read manhwa, which is Korean stuff, and it's just, I'm not off put by all the Korean stuff going on. It's just what the ever.
And again, you would have to be like, of the time, what is there? You got your Pokemon, which is not Japanese centric. You got Sailor Moon, which may be Japanese centric, but they Americanized the out of it.
Yeah. The most you can get is like yokai demons in it, but it means nothing.
Yu, same thing. Speed Racer, he's just a dude racing, basically. Yes, go back a little bit. There was something else I wanted to say.
Mm-hmm.
Off-putting to a Western audience, and I do believe that there's a subconscious familiarity when watching Dragon Ball.
A little bit more.
No, that's fine. What?
Subconscious familiarity. So somebody will look at the cartoons of our time, I guess like a Hey Arnold, Rugrats, Pepper Ann, and then look at Dragon Ball and go, this feels familiar to me.
Let's hear if he says something in the next sentence.
Dragon Ball pulls from Chinese mythology.
Never mind. So I guess whatever he meant is what he meant. A subconscious familiarity.
I'm gonna look up the popular cartoons of the 90s.
Dragon Ball Episode 1 came out in 2000, yes, 2096. 1996, September 1996.
Pinky and the Brain.
How fun.
Beavis and Butthead. Rugrats.
So I'm getting that subconscious familiarity.
Ren and Stimpy.
I feel it.
Doug.
I'm there.
Real Monsters.
I see it.
What are we talking about? These are all things that came out around 96 or were airing in the 96 area. Even if they came out before or after. Animaniacs. Dexter's Lab. 96 for Dex. Recess was 97. What are we doing here?
I don't know.
What are we doing here? The X-Men series? The Batman, Superman stuff? South Park was 97.
Subconscious familiarity.
What?
Only initially. Set in a fantasy world that is not Japan, featuring scenery.
Where's Digimon set?
It's in Japan, but then they leave.
It's in the digital world.
And then they leave for a lot of it.
Where's Pokemon set?
The Kanto region, and then the Orange Islands. Get out of here, Brock. Oh no, people don't like Tracy. Come on back here, Brock.
Architecture that is both Eastern and Western, as well as characters looking distinct and multicultural.
But what about the familiarity? They look different yet familiar.
Yeah, he's in a Chinese garb. So it's fine with his Western like, but it's also fine with his Eastern and also kind of familiar. You can't lose in this type of situation. It's fine all around.
The absolute brilliance of Dragon Ball is its simplicity.
Oh, we're done. We're done with that.
We're back here.
The Western.
7 years later, and moms are making this exact argument for Demon Slayer.
Are you surprised?
Yes.
Oh.
And I'll tell you why. How do I explain this? Okay. What about these two's simplicity is different from a My Hero's simplicity? Because in the interim between Dragon Ball and Demon Slayer, there have been a lot of simple stories. What elevates those two?
He's gonna say in this next sentence.
We've already proven this is not an explained man.
Sure, but here's where we're gonna change that.
The archetypes make sense.
I couldn't think of a worse sentence he could have said. Other than it good. It's simple and it good. Now the art style just moved on. Yeah, that's
The archetypes make sense. Can you point me to a story where the archetypes don't make sense?
a coward that's just like, yeah, f y'all. But but he's not a coward at that point. How do you prove that you're a coward, but also go against that archetype in a way that is noted that, okay, you're not even a coward anymore? What is that?
Yeah, you'd have to do like oxymoronic archetypes where it's just like, I'm this thing and not this thing.
I was gonna say like a gay womanizer, but then that's a story in and of itself of covering that up. Yeah, and why are they doing that? And
they're covering it up by being so hard.
I can't. Now, in Fairy Tail.
Oh Lord, how does this count?
The Edalus arc.
Well, then you go to the Edalus arc.
I know, too. But Natsu, the Edalus Natsu is a cool, confident dude, but only in his car.
Mm-hmm. No, because then Natsu is cool and confident outside of transportation where he sucks.
No, I'm saying the Edalus Natsu.
Yeah, no. That Natsu is confident in his car, but nowhere else. Mm-hmm. Regular Natsu is confident everywhere except transportation, like cars.
No, but what does that have to do with the Edalus Natsu?
What do you mean?
And the fact that, I'm just saying, the archetype of a cool guy, I don't know where I'm going with this. I don't know. I'm just talking because I don't know what he means, and he ain't gonna explain it.
You've already given up. he hit you with the archetype, and it's just like I no longer have faith in geekdom.
Story is very easy to understand, regardless of your race.
Race? The black people can't be so many. They didn't understand it. We done got the darkies.
What's going on?
What does race have to do with it?
Oh, don't read Yu Yu Hakusho. It's not for black people.
It's a little
complicated for
Death
you,
Note
sir.
might be a little too complicated. There's a lot going on. How about a nice Dragon Ball?
Oh, you're Mexican? Put down that bleach.
This ain't the one for you.
They just pull out that card, just like a little too dark. You're slipping right here. You got Naruto bleaching and One Piece, and just like a color code going down. Like you're in the One Piece territory. It's like no, but I have a PhD. But you know. You can't help what
have you been in the sun recently? Because if it's just a tan,
we can
work
about
with that.
Do you have a picture from a week or two ago where we can?
Let me see your ID.
Help me help you. I want to sell you this book. But it's too complicated
inaccessible to your kind.
I don't mean to offend you personally as a person.
It's just a factual statement.
It is what it is. I've had so many returns, and I can't have your fingerprints on this for when a nice white person comes in and buys this book that is for them.
Objectively, you even looking at it devalues it.
I'm sorry, but it's not for you. It's not for your race. It's a fact. It's too complicated. Like what?
It's simple no matter your race. is a crazy sentence.
No, I can understand if it's just like this thing, something like a Gintama is so steeped in Japanese culture that you need to understand that to learn the puns and all that stuff.
Absolutely.
But again, something like a Yu doesn't matter as long as it's not
Something like a Pokemon.
a hard culture. Hey, we got these in Mushishi where they're like, we got these specific goals to tailor to these cultures and stuff like that. Like, you gotta know about that. You got these little, when anime where it just goes, you look up there, it's got the little asterisk, and you go, okay, the demon is this, blah blah blah. Yeah, don't you sitting there acting like all these other things are so complicated, and Dragon Ball is the one simple thing. Episode 1, dude gets hit by a car. Hey, if you want to come back to life, nurture this egg.
Hey, my brother died. It's racing, and now I want to be a racer.
Hey, my mom died, and we're trying to bring her back. Oh, there's alchemy.
Part of the absolute brilliance of Dragon Ball is its simplicity. The archetypes make sense, the story is very easy to understand regardless of your race, creed, gender, or background.
People, I guess poor people are out of JoJo as well. Hey,
Women?
little rich boy Jonathan Joestar. Nope, not for you.
Dude,
Not for poor people. How is all those things he said not applicable to JoJo?
But he's applying intelligence to like race and gender and
why do you have to bring up race when you're talking about? I'm
understanding a story.
I wouldn't go. You're Brazilian, so you can't watch Avengers. I wouldn't go.
It wouldn't make
everything for everybody, even Brazilian people. It seems like you're like, well, why did you include Brazilian people like that? What do you got against them?
I am shocked.
It's just that I have to prop it up, so I'm just gonna be like, it's for everybody.
But any story is for anybody.
Yes. You may not get as much, something like a story about a trans person transitioning. Somebody who is not trans may not get as much from that.
Yes.
But they can still watch it and enjoy it.
They can still understand the story of it, even if they don't understand the struggle of it.
Yeah, this is hard and fast. Look, I got a Dragon Ball is it. All right,
It's the
line. So now I've already proven that it is it. I'm just gonna say why it is it. It's like, well, you haven't proved it's it. You're just going. The archetypes make sense.
You're not gonna let that go.
What the f is that? What? Come on.
Dragon Ball speaks to people on multiple levels regardless of their nationality and breaks through cultural barriers.
Any piece of media can do exactly this. Do you think American films are not popular in China?
Transformers is stupid popular. I think
What was Fast and Furious?
Was it Dungeons and Dragons that lived and died by China?
I think it was World of Warcraft.
It was one of them.
I think Dungeons and Dragons did okay everywhere.
It was something that
World
lived
of Warcraft
and died by that.
Like, what are we doing?
What is
here?
a nationality exclusive piece of media?
To where anybody outside of that nationality simply is not going to enjoy it.
Or they enjoy it significantly less. Because, like I said, Gintama is crazy popular. Even with all that Japanese language and puns and all that stuff. It's still insanely popular.
It has character beats and character moments.
Bro, what? What? Let me get this whole sentence again. What is he doing?
Dragon Ball speaks to people on multiple levels regardless of their nationality and breaks through cultural barriers because it has character beats and character moments that we can all relate to.
What story?
What doesn't?
What story?
What
Characters? Absolute craziness.
People can relate to Tom and Jerry. Relatability means nothing. What are you talking about? Why are you acting like Dragon Ball is, again, the only thing that's doing this?
Or the thing that's doing it so well that it's elevating it past all other things.
It's not doing it more. It's not doing it better. It's just saying that it's doing it.
Are you telling me Sailor Moon is not relatable? Are you telling me things and people in JoJo's is not relatable?
Even if we're going of the time, you can find one of the Digimon kids that you insanely relate to. The smart one, the fashion one, the in leader, the
one that
dude.
doesn't have confidence. The little brother.
You can find one of them that you relate to and don't act like even if you're going to the Digimon. Come on! This isn't anything! You're not saying... You're not saying... You was a fan of this. This is the 25th edition. So this is 25 episodes. This is 1 year
least.
into this. And you can't explain outside of these characters are relatable. You can at least...
And the archetypes make sense.
At least give me some bullshit comparison. Like, I don't relate to Kurabara because I'm not a Yankee. And then just boil him down to purely a delinquent and then move on. At least lie like that. And give me something outside of there's story beats that you can relate to in Dragon Ball. What the f***ing do? Man, these unrelatable muffs in Pokemon.
Pikachu not wanting to change in order to win, just wanting to win on his own merit. Who could ever relate?
Ash just being some dude, and there's this other guy who's way more popular and better than you.
And you're just struggling against that to finally one-up them.
Who can relate to that?
Character beats and character moments that we can all relate to. We've all lost someone.
Bro! All the Sailor Scouts died except Sailor Moon!
Whatever.
Every one of them mothers sacrificed themselves so Sailor Moon could win!
Ash willingly let go of his Butterfree so it could be happy.
What are we talking about here? Entire force-fed Agumon to Digimon, and it turned against them. Pushing people too hard? Who could possibly relate?
And this is also a timeline that don't make sense.
We're not even starting. We're not even beginning.
Is one of the two mobs that stayed dead. I see you use this instead of like Goku dying, and as Krillin is literally over his body, like, oh no, we just gonna wish you back. Don't even worry about that.
Alright, where's the Dragon Balls?
Oh, yeah, gather. Dragon Ball. I already got him. He's back.
No, hey Goku.
Felt lonely, felt
What?
we can all relate to. We've all lost someone, felt lonely,
Pause.
felt
Digimon.
motivated.
Matt.
Felt motivate.
Digimon. Pokemon.
We've all lost someone, felt lonely, felt motivated, wanted to reach newer and greater heights in our lives, and the characters within this series, although fictional, can bring out the best in us as people.
Yo, this is crazy
How
work.
is all of that not applicable to Digimon?
How is not all of that not applicable to Speed Racer? lost someone, his brother, felt lonely. I don't have my brother. Felt motivated. I'm gonna win these races to reach newer heights. He wanted to hit that curve so bad he was going up on the mountains just trying to hit that two-wheeler.
No, but Dragon Ball, that's why it spoke to people, because it's doing these things.
This is crazy
This is that Glock. He is polishing that mug, making it shine.
Dragon Ball was one of the first shows to provide serialized storytelling in the United States.
Absolute fiction. Absolute fiction. Speed Racer came out in 30 years before this bush. Big O. Astro Boy.
I'm sure one of those Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles shows has serialized episodes and stuff like that.
And you have to be strictly talking about cartoons. Because we can't even talk about live action.
Yeah.
Where every episode leads into anher, and there are long arcs.
No,
which
I know what it
has
means.
taken off massively in recent years with Walking Dead.
So we're not talking about we're not talking about comic books. We're not talking about movie series. We're like Star Wars. We're not talking about TV shows. Because now you are absolutely talking about a TV show. So we have to be talking. So we have to be talking about TV shows.
Now it's caught on with things like Walking Dead. Serialized narratives
with
have
long
caught on
arcs
nowadays. All right, pimp. All right.
Thrones and others.
Which is based off a book, so now we have to include book series.
Literature.
This is nuts. So
Wasn't there, I think, was it Pink Floyd that had an album?
Yes.
That just led each song? And
yes.
How about that, huh?
Concept albums.
Yeah.
Music, books, comics, TV shows, movies, all have done these things.
Games.
Pre-Dragon Ball.
But now it's caught on.
With Game of Thrones inspired by Dragon Ball storytelling.
And Dragon Ball was inspired
JoJo's came out the same year!
No, it didn't. You lie.
You had to wait either a day or a week to find out what happened to your favorite characters, and when the seasons would end, months.
What do you think a cliffhanger Dallas is famous for his cliffhanger where they shot somebody and then the next year it was like, oh, it was all a dream. Famous for it. Or infamous, however you want to put it.
Was a playful and fun series which manages to balance a wide variety of humor like slapstick, perverted jokes, and puns mixed with the same action-packed superhero adventures that
you can't be doing
all of that.
You can't be showing Dragon Ball here, kid. We didn't have it.
Yeah, I don't know why they would show that. Because there's not as much slapstick in Z.
Barely any.
Outside of the filler.
And some Yajirobe stuff.
Yeah, there wasn't much he could show in that aspect.
But
maybe like
stuff.
Goku grabbing Roshi's glasses when he did the instant transmission.
But that's not even slapstick.
Yeah, it's not. But it was funny.
Western audiences already had ingrained in their psyche. Toriyama created a series that manages to be both colorful and lighthearted, despite creating a
colorful and lighthearted is the same thing. You wanted to go in dark and lighthearted, or dark and colorful, something like that. Which is, hey, comic books.
Genuine sense of dread when it came to its villains and bad situations.
Comic books.
I guess Shredder didn't feel anybody with dread in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I guess they were just like, nah, we're gonna beat them, and there's nothing to worry about there.
I guess Joker didn't beat a Robin to death.
I guess that just didn't happen. If we're just talking about media, because you've introduced Walking Dead and Game of Thrones, so now we have to introduce other media. I guess in Devimon rocking up and them just going, I hope this arrow to the heart don't kill us, and also Digiball Zim into something that can stop him,
the devil, because the mark of the beast 666.
Yep, that's a coming.
Toriyama does deserve credit. You can't forget about the work of the incredible voice actors.
No credit for what? Just doing a story that has villains?
Job.
The villains, he mentioned the villains. That's all he did.
Yep. And these voice actors are just doing their job.
Yes.
Incredible jobs, though they may be, they are just doing their jobs.
Composers that help get the story across in the TV adaptation. Even though Fist of the North Star popularized the martial arts shonen fun.
What did Dragon Ball do? What did Dragon Ball do?
Yeah, where are we going with this? And
was Dragon Ball that would bring in place the archetypes of the motivated protagonist, train, fight, train, big spiky hair, long power-ups, transformations, fusions, dinosaurs, spaceships, and science fiction and aliens, all in one series.
Pause. To its benefit, or are you simply saying that it's there?
It did what Fist of the North Star did, but then it added more stuff.
What does dinosaurs add to the story of Dragon Ball?
A formula for success.
Hey, 65 sucked massive balls.
The movie?
The Adam Driver movie, or Adam Driver, whatever his name is. Yeah. No, that movie was horrible. If it came out this year, I don't remember. It's going high on the list of worst movies this year. High on the list.
Oh, no.
Maybe number 1.
Dragon Ball has multiple themes explored through.
No, come on. Come on.
Just substitute everything you said with Digimon, and then what are we doing? Everything in this bush, just say Pokemon, and what are we doing?
I'm not 7 minutes in theme. I'm not getting right hooked in theme.
He's not gonna explain it. He's just gonna go and explore themes of blank and then move
is that
on.
better?
It's you don't have to dwell on the thing.
I suppose.
It's just like someone pinching you and then let it go, as opposed to someone pinching you and twisting you for 2 minutes. It's like you pinch my nipple versus the purple nerf.
Love ain't got nothing.
Nothing. It's been 7 minutes of almost nothing.
The series, the idea of fathers and sons and their
He's got nothing.
It has multiple themes.
Fathers and sons.
It has multiple themes it explores throughout the series, and the idea of fathers and sons.
What ideas, Mr. Geekdom? What are we?
science
Yes,
fiction.
there are fathers and sons. Well, what else?
Aliens, all in one series. Talk about a formula for success. Dragon Ball has multiple themes explored throughout the series. The idea of fathers and sons and their relations, good versus evil, pride versus humility, acceptance versus the drive to succeed.
Pride versus humility, that was Matt's arc! This is just Digimon!
Yeah, they all had the crest that they had to like love and stuff. Just like
They had to
never
prove
gonna
they had
work.
to earn the crest!
And I'll never do it because I don't have love, and I'll never get that.
an arc, an individual
Courage.
tailored to them arc! What is Gohan's character prior to him growing up in the Buu Saga? He's a nice person.
Yep, he's a nice boy that is
What
just
the
dealing with
else?
the situation that is presented to him.
Pushing past one's own limitations and an internal struggle to do the right thing despite temptations are things that
Who are you talking about, Vegeta? failed.
Despite
He gave up.
the right thing, despite temptations.
It's got to be Vegeta. Literally Vegeta.
I was trying to think, like, did somebody go, dang, I want to wish for this, but I can't because this is...
No.
All right.
people can feel, regardless of the language they speak.
It's dubbed into a different language.
He's
for
playing a piano version of Don Don. Positive 10.
Key moments in the series where characters are victorious, when they succeed, when they fail, all matter, and thus Dragon Ball speaks to all of our souls.
My soul? When somebody wins, that speaks to my soul?
When someone wins, it matters, as opposed to other series where when they win, it doesn't matter. And that speaks to my soul. When Ash lost, that didn't matter. Who felt anything in their soul when Ash lost? To Richie.
Or when he won against all the sparrows with the first time that him and Pikachu communicated and won, and they were just both so tired and...
Whose soul is that speaking to?
Nobody's
Does that even matter?
Well, the archetypes are good.
No, they make sense.
They make sense.
They never said they were
Sorry.
good.
The archetypes make sense.
Oh man, this is a guy who I'm just saying at the time did not know how to analyze media. I don't know if he's improved. I don't know if he's regressed. But a year in, this is not it.
It has been a year. Mm-hmm. It has been 25 provable episodes of this type of format.
Yes.
Can you not say that our 25th video AMVs were at least good for the time?
I would say they were good, period. Because our 25th AMVs were like our, let's just say, 7th or 8th Sony Vegas video.
Yeah, that's deep into it. Yeah, I don't think that there is an exclusive...
But it's easier to just go, I need to hit this beat with an effect that
than
makes
to
sense.
explain one of your favorite pieces of media?
He's never had to explain it before.
25
No,
times.
no. He just needs to
Say it.
He needs to just say what happened in it and how it speaks to your soul.
And the people that it does speak to, they're like, yes,
You already know what the comments are like. Yeah. There's no need to even go
I
there.
completely understand. But
Hey, you know what I've rarely seen in videos we revisited? Timestamps. Timestamps pointing to a moment in the video where they go, this was a good point.
in the comments, yeah. Because like we always say, it always just comes down to, yeah, I love Dragon Ball. I watched it as a kid. It inspired me to
I'm
lift
glad
weights.
you said this because it doesn't
It
get the
does
credit
speak to
it
my
does.
soul. Those character archetypes
Do make sense. I'm glad you mentioned the archetypes because nobody's talking about them.
I was just thinking they didn't make sense, but you convinced me that they did make sense by saying that they make sense. That's a great point that you made, that they make sense. I'm sorry for harping on that, but it's just...
Why would
it's
you apologize?
offensive.
It is he literally went, there are characters. The archetypes make sense. Not speaking to the quality, just that a character did something that made sense. Characters do things that make sense. That's why people love this.
Piccolo and the Buu arc just didn't special beam cannon Gohan. Oh, yeah, that wouldn't make sense, but he didn't do that, so that makes sense. Oh! Okay. Hooray, Dragon Ball.
Nothing else.
So why is Dragon Ball so damn popular?
Wait, that's 7.5 minutes in?
Yeah, why is it so popular, I wonder?
Because it gives you everything.
Hey, I'm sure a pizza milkshake would give you everything.
In the same direction.
I'm sure it would give you everything. You love pizza. You love milkshakes. Well, combined, it's gotta be good. It would be disgusting.
These shoes are high-heeled. They're open sandals. They're in basketball shoes. They're
thigh highs.
comforts, they're boots. They're everything that you need. Don't fit right.
Terrible shoe to walk in.
It's horrible. I can't move. How is
It'd be
it?
like Homer's car for shoes.
How is this boat? How does this have a heel, slip resistant, and a wheelie? What are we doing here? It's got lights on it as well. I can't.
No story what, sir? No story what?
Let me go back to Don.
So why is Dragon Ball so damn popular? Because it gives you everything. No story is perfect and we could pick apart the flaws all day.
You've already said this. You've said this at least twice, maybe 3 times.
Sucks.
We understand that no story is perfect.
Really not good
And
at
I
this.
always love when people are like, we can pick apart the flaws. Like, you're so irrational for going, hey, there's some flaws here. But you're not elevating the good. You're just saying it's not perfect, and I understand. And the character archetypes make sense. And it speaks to people's souls, because who hasn't lost somebody?
But at the end of the day, all that matters is how we feel, and
That is literally not all that matters. No, it's not all that matters.
When you're critically analyzing something, how you feel should factor into it. But it's not all that matters.
When it comes to popularity, it's not about how people feel about something. That doesn't say why something is popular.
Dragon Ball made us all feel good.
Digimon made me feel good.
Pokemon made me
Way
feel
better
good.
than Dragon Ball. At this time, I can't speak to myself at that time.
I can for Pokemon. I loved Pokemon.
You know what I'm saying? Pokemon versus Dragon Ball. I don't know what my mindset was back in those days.
It doesn't matter if you watched it after school on Toonami, or if you traded tapes, or read the manga, or if you got into it through the video games, or if you got into it through Kai. Dragon Ball brings people together from all walks of life and all ages.
Don't care.
Yeah, that doesn't matter.
That doesn't speak to why
You're
it's
saying that it's
why it's
popular
popular.
because it brings people together. So it's popular because people come together and what? Watch it?
It's popular because it's popular.
That doesn't answer the question of why it's popular. You can't just be like, yeah, it brings people together. No, but they're already watching it, yes? So why are they watching it? You can't be like they're watching it because it's...
Reality is, it was a lot of people's first anime, and you never forget your first.
You don't forget your first, but you can move on from your first.
It can just be that thing that's over there and just like, wow,
Hey.
that does suck now.
What was the first taste of pizza you had?
I don't remember. I don't even remember like a significant one outside of having to eat red beans and rice in order to get a slice of that sweet stuffed crust.
I remember a significant one. The delicious $5 boy that shut down near us.
I don't know how we didn't keep them open ourselves.
Don't even know the name, nothing.
Gone.
Forever.
Delicious.
Vince's, you remember Vince's?
Those are... He's dead.
Piece of son, just like, never wanted to make pizza.
Yeah, this
Rest in
sucks.
peace, father. Piss.
Yeah, this is a drug place now. Marijuana. Old man shuffling in there every morning to stir some sauce and make it right
dough
for some dumb kids coming back from school. Just not even appreciating it, just like, oh, dollar pizza, blah, blah, blah. This old 90-year-old man, like a little bit more oregano. And I'm just like, oh, give me your this has been under a heat lamp for 4 hours. Don't appreciate that worth of. And this old man out there every morning. Why can't we all be like that?
Just shuffling it to our place of business for the love of it.
For the love of it. For the people that don't even appreciate you. And for a son that don't give a
Instantly, frame one sold that.
Frame one. Big. All right, call him up. Who wants it?
Highest bidder, you got it, sir.
We are talking about an extreme. No, there's not a person who could know Vince's pizza. Nami. But Nami, I think...
Is West Side? Vince's was East Side. Maybe Nami never went to it.
There was a pizza shop that by our house that was very delicious. I think
on 8 Mile.
I legitimately think it's like probably my favorite pizza of all time. It was delicious. There's nothing that I can compare it to. This old Italian man would just shuffle in there every morning and make the sauce and
straight from Italy.
Straight from it. And he had 2 sons that also ran the place. Very small shop. It was like a deli, a pizzeria, and convenience store as well. Very nice. You could just order big old party pizzas. Those giant party pizzas was like $28. It was like 30 slices. That was bomb diggity.
Gone. And now, $28 pizza for Papa John's or something. God, we suck.
Today, we come together to celebrate the greatness that is Dragon Ball and has been for over 30 years, and we hope it'll continue to be great for the next 30.
Is he wrapping up the video?
Oh my goodness. What are we doing here?
Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting Geekdom 101 for 1 year now. I am extraordinarily grateful for the love and support you've given me since day one.
What?
And I promise you the best is yet to come.
Oh.
Was the best yet to come? Yeah, we've got 3.5. Here, I'm even gonna put the timestamp on now just so people can see. Like we're not bush.
If this is Team 4-star stuff. There's no way that you can do this. There is no way you doing that. I gotta get over 10 minutes algorithm bullshit. There's no way this is happening. There's gotta be an after credit scene. This is nuts. This is insane. This is worthless.
Oh, I guess he's showing this with subscribers? Yeah. Okay, here we go. What was our 1 year celebration? I think we did Bleach Month.
And that was just as bad as this video. Holy. This is...
That Hall of Fame.
This is cringe.
That Hall of Fame.
This
honestly
is cringe.
Like I said, that Hall of Fame did. Before it was just like a 9 because he's not saying anything. But God, that was cringe. Geekdom sucks.
He's really bad.
I can't believe this. You know what? I can't believe it because someone that is that much of a fan of Dragon Ball, I just have to assume you cannot assess media. enough to center your channel around analyzing media.
If you can just go, it's got a bunch of themes, fatherhood and stuff like that.
I'm not
And
even
just-
going that. Like, if you can analyze media, I don't see how you can just look at Dragon Ball and go, I'm going to center my entire channel around analyzing this piece of media because it's so meaty.
But when you says it, when you're just allowed to just say stuff,
Anything.
why wouldn't you?
I mean, obviously he did.
It is. I don't understand the mindset of somebody who can just do that and just be like, I've done enough.
Not even done enough. I've done good.
This is my 1 year celebration. And I'm saying that this appeals to all races.
And creeds. It's simple enough for all races to enjoy. What?
Man, Dragon Ball.
It does something to people.
It do something to people.
What's a recent Geekdom analysis
Did he
video?
say the word Goku in this?
No.
Excellent.
I don't think he mentioned a single character. He just said that the archetypes make sense, father, son stuff.
Well, they do make sense, though. That was established and well thought out, and we're here now. We'll never.
Oh, he is just so clickbaity right now.
His views are not good.
At
So
least
he
not
has
for
to
what he's
be.
doing. The best Dragon Ball Super arc anime. What? Is this what you're doing? Ultra Ego Vegeta versus Orange Piccolo.
Ooh.
Fight breakdown.
Ooh.
10 minutes.
Orange Piccolo threw 4 punches, maybe?
And then got done up by Cell. Peace the fuck.
Right now, for a limited time, pick up the Ultra Instinct versus Ultra Ego new merchandise line. It comes in various different types of shirts, colors.
It is worthless. It is a worthless shirt
I
design.
don't agree. That is not a good shirt design, admittedly. Some words would punch that up a little bit.
It is a absolute worthless. I would not advertise me creating t-shirts based off of originally owned IP.
Yeah, because you just get done up.
I would advertise like if I were Goku and you were Vegeta, I could do something like that. But to just have Goku and Vegeta on a shirt and then advertise it,
Hey, official Black Frieza true colors revealed in Dragon Ball Super. How long do you think that video is?
it can't be more than 6 minutes.
It is 6:43.
Okay.
I do not understand how it can be that late. Here it is. What more do you need to say?
Toei rebooting Dragon Ball? Is Dragon Ball getting remade?
Gohan's next form after Beast Gohan.
Can Beast Gohan be the main character again in hashtag Dragon Ball Super ?
Black Frieza transformation explained. 17 minutes. He explained it. I trained and then I got stronger.
The complete history of the Kaioken attack from Dragon Ball Z. 33 minutes.
You tell me he don't go into Buddhist in that. You tell me.
Bruh, I don't know what I can explain of a single technique for more than 12 minutes.
Especially when we ain't seen the mug that invented the technique do it. We saw bits and pieces of Goku doing it.
Welcome to the most complete compilation of information with regards to the Kaioken, the amazing technique that Goku learned from the North Kai in Dragon Ball Z.
We have intro. We have the meaning of Kaioken. That is 5 minutes worth of information.
Yes, it is.
How it works is 4 minutes. Taoist perspective.
It's Dao. They're gonna get you for that.
That is... Oh, is it? Okay. That's 5 minutes. Super Kaioken. That is 4 minutes. Super Kaioken Goku. That is 4 minutes. Conclusion. Blue Kaioken is after conclusion. Kaioken Blue is after Blue Kaioken. I am so very serious. Blue Kaioken, Kaioken Blue. They're different. And then manga to top it off.
Okay. He's. And how much does he like Dragon Ball at this point?
So much.
If you have to talk about it like this, at what point did you just go, I want to talk about something else? I'd like to. This just how much more can I wring out of? Let me explore what in Bardock's Justice Javelin explained.
That's why people lose passion so quickly when the only thing you could talk about is this thing. The best moment of Super was bringing back the Kaioken, at least for me. That was top 3 Super moment. Hey, I remember thing and I clapped. Literally what you're saying to me, buddy.
The Gallic Gun explained is 7 minutes. How?
What happened with the
Did he do it after the Saiyan saga?
The history of Cell explained. 32 minutes. Dragon Ball's
They
most
said the history of Cell.
taboo relationship. Trunks and Mai. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta versus Omega Shenron Zeno. Dragon Ball Super Ultra God Mission. 8 minutes. That is a what if, I believe. Or it's one of those Goku versus Black Adam fight. Who is stronger? Question mark. Who wins? Question mark.
Hey, I'll say this. If you were to go to most popular, it is a toilet.
No way. What? Ultra Rare Instinct Roar explain. Like, what are we doing?
Goku's double voice.
Yeah, like, what are we doing? The story of Dragon Ball AF, who could possibly care?
Yeah, this is
Alright then.
alright then.
Don't know what we're doing Saturday. You never gave your rating.
Oh yeah, that's a Hall of Fame.
There you go.
It's nearing an anomaly. 'Cause my goodness.
It's, you know what? It is very close to going to anomaly. We'll have to think on that one. Yep. Don't know what we're doing Saturday.
Never do.
Definitely got the viewer request month video coming out. Definitely got to do a live stream tomorrow just to test the live stream functions. Grand opening, grand closing. That's a week.
Got nothing working on. I need to get out the second episode of check it out, but there's other stuff I need to get
Yeah,
to.
there's a lot of stuff.
There's always stuff.
There's so much stuff.
There's not enough stuff when you think about it.
That's true. We could do with a little bit
There's
more
not enough stuff in this video.
There was a lot of stuff.
This month.
It was just air.
Nuts. I could never. Stuff that I'm working on, I'm like fine-tuning it. And it's not just because of revisited stuff.
No.
It's because I want to properly explain myself so that moms understand without just going, the archetypes, they make sense. What does that mean?
If you don't understand, I can't explain it to you. I've gotten hit with that recently.
Oh, no.
It's like... You're basically telling me you can't explain it.
Yeah.
It's just be known.
Was
like
that in that person in that comment that was Dutch for some reason just took over and
I don't know what you're
quit
doing.
himself when they were just like, oh no, this is going nowhere.
Man, sometimes you just gotta know when to tap out.
You just gotta be like, okay, no, there is no point in me continuing further than this, and I shan't.
There are some people that are just so ingrained in whatever series they are. They basically make it their personality. And after a couple back and forth, you just go, okay, this person is just not listening.
Yeah, no. Bleach dude, that's someone just like, yeah, we're just, you're not gonna get this. When you have to go, this is personal to Ichigo and Aizen. How is it personal? This point. No, it's not. 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 I would have loved to ask him, like, what is 2 + 2? 4. It's like, okay, you see how that's only one answer? And you have to go down the list of these answers? Maybe because you're going, oh, this don't fit, so maybe it's something else. So it's not a clear answer as to why those types of people. Get us in another debate. Those were fun.
With who? Whom stuff is left?
There's nobody. I should have taken you, Mesuke.
Yeah, I was just listening to that episode.
I'm
dude.
so pissed.
It's so
that
good.
would have been. But then if all his piss baby restrictions. We talking about my video and we have to agree. Like, if you were like this in text, I'm gonna be in myself in voice. No,
angry. Hey, true. Even the dude that you talked to that was in that, you're just like, oh,
yes.
It was like the preamble to trash.
Yeah. One day we gonna get it.
There needs to be Catalyst, man. It's all bad.
We got that creator that came into the comments. That was fun.
Which one? Oh, Literal Maverick?
No, the other one that was recent.
I don't remember.
I think wasn't there one that was a little bit hostile, but also kind of like, yeah, whatever.
Maybe.
I forget. Oh, there was. It was I forget because I quit on that one. That one was me. You were sick.
Oh, the live one. We did a live stream on it. It might have been either Luffy.
That was the one. Where they just weren't even in addressing what I was. What did that muff say? Where I was just like, no. Okay then.
Yeah, that's the wee-woo right there.
I have wee-wooed you, sir. You've been wee-wooed.
Sir, why are you still responding? The wee-woo has happened.
Yeah, it's over. That's how we do it. No, it wasn't. It was the other Luffy one.
The one I think he's taken off his channel at this point.
The one that he has taken off his channel at this point. I don't know. Where is it? Nobody's listening at this point. We can just do whatever.
Always. I mean, I'm shocked anybody's listening at any point.
I disagree.
Based on what? Get us out of here. Get them out of here. Everybody get out of here.
Here it is. So I said, he said that, what did he say? There's nothing that you can prove that Luffy from the first episode, an action that he wouldn't take in episode 500, so he hadn't had development. And I go through all the list of development, the easy ones, the Ace thing, the running in Shaba Odi, giving up the Mary once it was just like bowing the heads, all these things. And he goes, I guess you could technically consider it character development, but I'm not seeing it. It's like, okay, so where do you go with that?
Yeah. Yes, you are by definition correct. I just don't agree.
So what do you mean? He didn't, and he doesn't explain it. So I can't know what you mean by technically I'm right, but you don't agree. You don't say well how I'm technically right. You don't say how I'm not even correct in without the technicality, and you don't say why you don't agree. So it's like there's no point in continuing on because you just not versed in this. This ain't your wheelhouse.
This is not your
and
wheelhouse.
it's not an insult.
It's
because
just factual.
I wouldn't go in there and talk about chords in a guitar lick. I wouldn't be like, yo, the G chord, that ain't my wheelhouse.
You wouldn't go to a pickup game of basketball at the Rutgers with pros playing and just like, well, I clearly am not of the level of you guys. And it's not an insult of your ability to play basketball. You are not a pro.
When you make a video going Luffy doesn't have development, you come into our comments going Luffy don't have development. I show you the development and you like, yeah, you're right, but I don't agree. It's like, okay then, goodbye.
That is what people accuse us of being. That is a person that needs to be right more than getting the information. Yes, you are correct, but I do not agree with the correctness of you.
Factual, yes. Feelings, no. Okay, you do you.
You do you.
And that's a wee woo. I had to get it to rhyme.
You didn't.
I wanted it to. And I think I accomplished what my mission was.
Yes, because it rhymed.
Yeah. What else could you want? That rhyme made sense. Mother archetype made sense.